I gotta take the muffler off my Honda Civic so people know that I have a whopping 120 horsepower.
Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome
That's
back.
part of my joke. You take the muffler off and don't mod your car in any other way. It just sounds.
Just
Look, I
does
put a little trombone on my car's muffler, so now it sounds like. So, hey
So
everyone, I'm
welcome
Taylor.
back to Phoenix,
That's
Wright.
Lee Jack.
Where are the
This is
Peopleorians?
Phoenix, right? Where are the Peopleorians? I'm. Sounds like one of those microwave society bits where they're all talking over each other.
Yeah. I love
microwave.
I'm society.
Society. Lou Jack, you gotta share your screen.
Ah, fuck! I forgot. Hold on. Go live.
We are. Oh, wait. There we go.
Can you see?
There we go. I can see it. I can hear it. And when we last left off, I believe we had just met real creepy dude. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the weird creepy
I keep
dude.
forgetting his name is Sal. Salmonella.
It fits, I guess.
Because it's Phoenix, right? Yeah. His name is Salmonella.
Yeah. You know, I just got
That's
done.
Phoenix, right, for you.
Yeah. You know, I just got done watching Bad Batch, and then I watched the first episode of Obi-Wan. And I ended it thinking, like, you know, this is kind of boring. Should I just skip to Rebels? Because it feels like I just shifted genres or something. Like, it's weird to go from Obi-Wan to Bad Batch, is what I'm saying.
It's funny because I'm not enough of a completionist to be like, oh, clearly I have to watch Obi-Wan. But like the funny thing is, like, I feel like it's way funnier if I don't watch Obi-Wan because. And instead of being like, "Oh, Obi-Wan was doing all this stuff," I'm like, "No." From the canon that we all saw, Obi-Wan did a bunch of really cool stuff, and then after Order 66, hit himself on a desert planet while wearing a Jedi robe.
Honestly, I kinda just wanted to see Obi-Wan hanging out with Dexter, you know? Like, that would be enough. I think that would be enough of a show. Just have Obi-Wan hanging out with Dexter, talking about his crappy meat-cutting job where he's,
would have been really
I think,
funny
stealing a portion of meat every day? That's what it looks like he's doing.
It would be really funny if he got, like, he went to, like, underground contacts and had, like, new IDs made. Because then, like, even if they're like, oh, we scanned this guy's face and we think he's Obi-Wan, he'd be like, and he's got a different accent and everything. It's like, yeah, I get that. He doesn't have a beard or anything. It's like, yeah, I get that a lot. You know how big Coruscant is, though, right? It's got like 2 trillion people.
Odds are 2 of them are bound to look at me like,
I just
man.
learned 2 months ago that I look like Obi-Wan, and I should have been cashing in back when he was alive.
Dude, someone that said I looked like the Unabomber because I had my hood up, and that was it. No. Like, I got onto a bus, and the driver looked at me and was like, "You look like the Unabomber," and I didn't know who the Unabomber was. I was like, "The fuck's a Unabomber?" And I looked it up and was like, "Okay, thanks, asshole."
It's not even a. Was your first reaction like, yes, I look like some kind of starfighter from Star Wars?
No, my first reaction was just, what the fuck's a Unabomber?
Well, you know, you got your TIE fighters, your X-Wings, your H-Wings.
Well, see, this was before I got way into Star Wars, so that wouldn't have crossed my mind.
Totally sounds like it sounds like a vehicle that like one of Mega Man's enemies would fly around in.
Yeah. Anyway,
have we talked to this guy?
I think the day of the crime.
Day of the crime.
Did you notice anything unusual on the day of the murder?
Oh, I know who you dudes are. That security lady told you about us, eh?
That's right.
It's a pretty regular day. We had a run through for an action scene in the morning.
Was he there though?
I don't know.
Then a meeting from lunchtime in the Studio 2 trailer.
That's important.
I was...
What?
Oh, because it's in this. They had a meeting from lunchtime at the Studio 2 trailer. It's important.
Yeah, yeah.
I was so busy I didn't even get a chance to eat lunch.
A T-bone steak, was it?
Yeah, sucksers. I hate missing out on foods.
Don't wiggle your tongue, you fucking creep. Nick, what does sucksors mean? I don't
I feel like
know.
this
I
this
don't
character
know,
gets
Mia.
the
Maya,
funny thing
are you
about
Maya
him
or
having
Mia?
like leet. The funny thing about Sal having like leet speak is that that like manner of speaking is just like even more aged than when this game came out. At this point, it's just like, what is this?
Man, you know, fucking Hero spells his name in Leet Speak, and I didn't get it at first because I don't understand Leet Speak, and I was like, why is your name spelled with numbers? And he's just like, does no one remember Leet Speak? Like, no, Hero, no one remembers Leet Speak. Nobody's
I
talked in
remember
Leet
Leet
Speak
Speak.
in like 20 years.
Well, the funny thing is, like, it's like, oh, I remember Leet Speak, and then I had this moment where I'm like, was Leet Speak ever done unironically? Because I feel like from my generation, at least, like, it was always done as a gag.
Yeah. Yeah, there was some of that in high school, wasn't there?
Yeah. Also, this music has me too hyped for this scene. Like,
Yeah, this guy doesn't deserve
I
music
feel
like
like
this.
we're gonna get into like a Street Fighter battle with this guy, and then learn more about.
I wanna
the
fucking
crime.
Hadouken him.
I mean, this is Capcom. There are we can hit him with our charge up special or whatever.
Just hit him with 1,000 flying papers. I think that's one of his specials. I don't remember.
I think so. I think it like the animation is where he taps the paper, and it's like, oh, I love it when he taps the paper. It means he's got his act together.
It means he's about to do. It means he's about to go off. He's about to go off right now.
Yeah, having some papers in your hand is the lawyer equivalent of really knowing where your towel is.
Yeah.
That's a deep cut for all you Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy fans.
I saw that once, but I don't understand the reference. I know the towel reference. The towel reference is like all I remember from that.
Yeah, but it was also a colloquialism where it's like, oh, that guy's really hip and knows and has his stuff together. He really knows where his towel is.
Oh.
I love stuff like that in like any game or media where like there's phrases that became common because of another like technology or like occurrence.
Yeah.
Very shui.
Yeah. Very shui indeed.
Anyway, I was in a meeting from noon till after 4 with the producer and some bigwigs from the network.
Mr. Hammer's time. Mr. Hammer time of death was estimated at 2:30 p.m. Stop! Can't touch this.
Hammer time of death.
If he's telling the truth, that meeting gives him an alibi. The producer.
Alright.
About the producer, who was at the meeting with you?
Oh, you mean D. Vasquez?
I love that name. I don't know why, but that name.
Monkey D. Vasquez.
Monkey D. Vasquez. The secret Luffy sister, or something.
I'm pretty sure we told this joke once at like the start of this this whole like series, but I was like, wait a minute. Was it Resident Evil that was owned? No, it wasn't owned by Capcom. No, wait, yes? No? The Capcom?
I do not
I
know.
thought it was. I remember being like, oh, well, that we could have a Resident Evil like what is it, like Phoenix Wright thing where you're meeting all the colorful characters.
Well, yeah, Resident Evil's Capcom.
Okay. But yeah, except instead of like Sal Manella or whatever, they'd just be all the colorful characters that are like the mini bosses.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I'd play that.
She's a genius. Mad skills all the way. Scary though.
Sweats. Okay, I like the
Actually-
term mad skills though.
I like mad skills. Also, I almost didn't notice that there was a 1 instead of an L because in this font, the 1 or sorry, 1 instead of an I, because the 1 and the L's look very similar in this typeface.
Right. She brought these studios back from the brink of destruction. She's the one who made it possible for me to make the Steel Samurai.
You had a
D.
meeting with
Vasquez, Morty. It's what makes Steel Samurai possible.
Monkey D. Vasquez. You had a
We're
meeting
doing
with.
different jokes. A little off the rails here.
I know, but like that was so funny. Like it was a really funny joke. You had a meeting with her on the day of the murder, right? Yeah, we were together from noon to 4 p.m. the whole time. The big wigs.
He's looking to the side this whole time. Don't trust him.
Yeah, he's looking awfully shit. just Cole. What's his name? Cole from LA Noir. Just like, you give me something or I will break your jaw.
I love how that game was actually updated. So instead of like, I forget what the original like answers were, but they weren't clear.
Yeah,
So
they
it's
were
basically-
weirdly ambiguous. One of them was like doubt though.
Well, no, as in it like I think originally it was like, dang it, I should look this up.
Cause doubt's
but-
not in the updated version. Cause I played the updated version.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, where I think it was, what is it, like, believe them, straight up deny, push them on something. Like, I think there were 3 or 4, like,
Yeah.
results. And
Yeah, it
that
was
the
weirdly
original wasn't
ambiguous.
as clear about, like, what those meant and how, like, oh, you can push someone, like, I think it was that, like, you can push someone lightly or push them, like, aggressively, but the thing is, like, you push someone aggressively, and it's not like the right time for it or whatever, then they'll just be like, well, I'm not gonna talk to you, so get out of here. And you'd be like, well, dang it, I messed that up.
Right. I need to play that game again because I did not do too good on it the first time.
I remember LA Noir has one of the funkiest things in it, which is that it has like a handful of like collectible, like high-speed cars, which are really cool, but they don't like spawn in at the start of the mission, so you would have to like go out of your way to go get them. And I'm like, what an odd choice.
That's dumb.
Yeah, I mean, I really want. If you were gonna replay it, you have to like. I want you to go and find one of those like cars during the wandering missions or whatever. Like, get into the race, one of those like hot rods, basically.
Yeah.
And do the missions.
Yeah. Who exactly are these big wigs people? These big wigs people keep mentioning.
Just
Oh.
imagining people with big wigs.
Yeah. They're all like powdered wigs from the, like, early times of America. And they're just like
That's probably
fucking
where that comes
huge
from.
for no reason.
That's probably where that term comes from. Now that I think about it.
Cause they all wore big wigs. Man, I kind of wish we still did that. Big wigs were the big wigs were just fun to look at, man. We should go back to wearing big wigs again.
Yeah, we got the boss over the networks was sponsored. You know, we got Hideo Kojima and the Monster Energy guys.
Yeah. Oh, the boss over at the network and some sponsors, also a few production guys. We piled into a limousine and got here right around noon. Major tensions were all of them with you the entire time? Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately.
They're all gray-haired geezers. Sounds like they'd all be reliable witnesses. Cool, well, this has been creepy as fuck. I'm gonna look around. I guess
Well,
I
since Alibi is
already
solid, we
did
know-
that.
His alibi is solid, we can rule out him. Unless one of them can tell us if someone wants the meeting. Hey! Mr. Timms? Scrounging.
Guess we'll leave. Oh wait, weren't we looking for like a key or something?
Oh, to get into the Studio 2 room, yeah.
Fuck, where's the key supposed to be at? I don't remember. Was it in this room?
That would be funny if like scoot over. Hold on, I need to look through this room again.
Yeah, I need to look around for a minute. You're in the way. Wait, what's this? There's a bunch of snacks on the table. They must give these to the employees.
Hey, Nick,
What now?
snacks. Twice as much here before.
Oh, whoops.
Wasn't Sal in this room though? Yeah.
Yeah. I ate them. Okay, he just admits it. Like, I would have left the room.
They were past their expiration date anyway, Raffle.
That's why he's so sweaty.
Probably. She's biting her lip and staring at me with tears welling in her eyes.
He wanted the expired snacks.
Look, man, I don't care if they're expired. Shove it in my face. Okay. Move to main gate. Oh my god!
Aha! Oh, it's like, excuse me. Aha! You again. Eek. How rude, acting like you seen a ghost.
You certainly got back to your post quickly.
Oh, the police took me away, they did. Pulled out a spare steel samurai costume. I'm guessing it didn't fit. Want me to put it on, can you imagine? How can I, sweet little old lady, wear a giant suit like that?
I mean, you're two of those things. Mr. Powers is pretty tall.
As they saw it, as soon as they saw there was no way I could wear it, they let me go.
I guess that would rule out her being the murderer. See, I thought she just, like, threw a fit and, like, ran away and somehow escaped.
She's just very fast. Anyway.
She's just a criminal
I'm
now?
in, like, a 2-star wanted rating in the top right of the screen.
She's like, hold on, I gotta hide real quick. Wait for my wanted level to go down.
In the future, we'll use AI to scan all of our YouTube videos for when we say editor, and then we'll just add all that in. Oh, this whippersnapper, this old lady never forgets a slight or insult. And you won't get any information out of me. My lips are sealed.
Okay.
Sealed with a megaphone, I guess.
Yeah.
You sure are talking a lot for someone with sealed lips.
Oh!
Starting now. 1, 2, 3.
This lady's too much. Cool. Now, the fanboy. Where's Chum Chum?
No!
I already made that joke.
You already made that joke.
The
Director at all.
About that kid you said you saw?
I see him again, I'm taking him down.
Jesus Christ.
Look at her eyes. She's serious. She had ghost eyes.
Yeah, what the fuck? She's turning into Broly. Have like her hair turn green.
Maximum. And I doesn't afraid of anything.
First immortality, then the bitches!
I love that phrase where it's like, I love, what is it? I love Broly, his power is maximum, and he doesn't afraid of anything.
No, he doesn't. About the director, the one who was here on the day of the murder.
If I see him again, I'm taking him down.
Oh, okay. Should I have asked about her first?
I think she's losing it.
Alright, so I'm just gonna look around for a minute. Oh, hey, there's something new. The security guard station, what'd you say?
what I was saying. I was saying to
Oh, okay.
a typewriter that says a raccoon on it.
Raccoon. I can see the computer that runs the security cameras.
Hey, no touching.
Guess I'd better investigate there later. Whoa, no touchy! No touchy! No
I figured I'd
touch.
tell you to add that in, but I don't want to get copyright struck for like a screenshot of a film.
Dude, you're right, it's Disney. They'd be like, hey, yo, what the fuck you doing?
Do you think we can leverage I don't know if that would work. Do you think you can use AI art like systems to avoid copyrights from the top down instead of the bottom up? Instead of going around being like, oh, I'm stealing random artist stuff, it would be like, oh, hey, I ran an AI filter for like an AI filter through I don't know, this like funny scene from I don't know, The Emperor's New Groove. It
Right.
replaces every frame with a slightly different frame,
Yeah.
so it doesn't get caught.
Oh, dude, genius. We cracked the code. The trailer
Oh,
door.
man.
It's locked. The key is probably in the security guard station. I doubt they let us borrow it. I
I
guess.
chimed in with, haven't you people ever heard of closing it?
Closing the goddamn door? No, it's much better to face these kinds of things with a sense of
A
poison
sense of
rationality.
poison rationality. Shows your poison skill.
Studio main gate. I guess I'll go back to. Is there anyone at the detention center? Ah, hey, well, Powers, what's up?
Oh, we should ask if he has the key. No, we can't. Okay.
Nope.
We drove all the way over here.
Yeah, imagine how much gas we're wasting. Well, we probably taxi
We'd probably
everywhere.
We probably like taxi or like use the train or something.
Right. About the director, the one who was here on the day of the murder? Oh, okay, she says the same thing. Alright then. Well, fuck. Ah!
Yo!
Yo, it's this
mean-
kid!
Hey! This kid looks like he's gonna grow up to be some kind of Apex legend.
I was gonna say, what is this Pikachu looking ass motherfucker?
He does. He's got Pokemon trainer vibes.
Yeah.
Wait, he just
Just
lowers
disappears.
opacity. He came in. Oh, sorry, that's your line.
I'll bet he came in right through that drain. That's what I was gonna say.
The drain. Down the drain. Hey, Kenyo, what's your name? Sport?
I hated being called Sport as a kid because I hated sports. Like, I hated sports. If I was at a house and they were
Well,
doing
we
like
got-
the Super Bowl thing, I would be so annoyed. I would like go to my room and just not talk to anybody.
I need
Play
to
my
clip
games.
we gotta clip that after this episode. When I was a kid, I don't like being called sport because I didn't like sports.
Yeah, like remember?
Hello, one then.
Oh, dude, do you
Hello
remember?
there, old sport?
Do you remember that one teacher's aide in our middle school who would say, "Hey, sports fan"? She would not call everyone sports fan every time she walked into the room.
Oh.
I was like,
No, but that's like a fun like gender neutral way of
she
hey,
was
sports fans.
she was a really annoying person too, though. She wasn't very good. She was mean.
Yeah, I wasn't sure who you're referring to. Just that.
Do you know who I'm referring to now? Do you remember a
No.
mean teacher's
Oh.
aide who seemed like she just kind of hated her job and didn't like anybody?
I remember that
She
one.
wore
yes,
glasses
I
and was
like,
blonde.
And I was like, if you dislike being around kids and schools so much, why would you get a job as a teacher's aide?
Yeah, it's
You should have gotten a job as like a prison warden or something, like, or a prison guard or something.
yeah. She has the personality of one. Maybe she was one, but she got fired because nobody liked her. I don't know.
She was a corrections officer, and then they're like, "This is incorrect."
You gotta go.
What is an editor if not a corrections officer? You work in an office and you make corrections.
Officer, we needed corrections.
Hold on, I just came up with that. That is my joke. Copyright 2023. Oh wait, who's gonna read? Hold on. Let me see if I can read for this one.
All right.
I'm not a kid, so don't talk to me like that.
Oh, that's a good one.
Huh? But you are a kid.
You're literally a kid.
You're a rude little brat. There's no way to talk to an adult. You're like 17.
There's a story arc in Clone Wars that focuses on like a bunch of younglings who are looking for their kyber crystals, and one of them complains about being perceived as a kid, and the other one's like, "We are kids." And that's one of those jokes that I just love to hear, like in any show, because it's just nice to see one kid acting dumb and another kid being like, "Dude, you're being dumb."
For the universal constant, really.
Yeah. Did you read that already? Oh no, yeah, you did.
Yes.
Maya, you are not an adult.
Don't see no adults here. Big fashion chick.
She's a priestess. A priestess? Wait, what is she? No.
Sully, acting like you never seen a shrine girl in the middle of a
Shrine
studio
girl.
before.
That's what it is.
What, Sully? It looked like you'd never seen a shrine girl in the middle.
You act like you've never seen a shrine girl in the middle of a courtroom before, or in the middle of a actor area, whatever this place is.
There's a moment like that in OK KO where like KO's like sneaking through like a culvert, one of those storm drain things.
Yeah.
And he runs into Fink, who is straight up just like a little rat girl. And he's like, ah, and he's like, what? You never seen a what? You never seen a rat in a train pipe before? And I was like, well, you got me there, but also you are straight up like a person in a little lab coat.
You act like you've never seen a German U-boat in the middle of an Amazon.
Yeah.
Of the Amazon.
Looks like someone had trouble parking their boat.
I don't know about this, Nate. What's that?
Every time I've been texting that to Lou Jack every time I run into a boat in an unusual spot in a video game. Which was surprisingly often for a few games.
Yeah.
It's almost the entirety of the original the trilogy start Tomb Raider. Like there's just constant boats that are not in water.
I have not played Tomb Raider yet. I'm working on Death Stranding right now, but we have been playing a lot of Power Wash Simulator.
I was gonna play the Tomb Raider trilogy, but then I realized that you probably really wanted me to play Death Stranding, and I had gotten it like for free on the game, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna play that.
And then you got to like upgrade it, and you were like, oh, I could transfer my data, and that was really cool.
Yeah, it was during a loading screen. It was like, hey, did you know you can export your save data? And I was like, I was wondering that, and now I know. Thank you, Guillermo del Toro.
Man, good looking out, Guillermo del Toro. You're really out here saving lives.
Something so funny about, like... The funniest thing about Guillermo del Toro is that he plays a character, which means, like, he is straight up, like, an actor, like... as this character, and he shows up way more than I thought. Like, I thought he was gonna like show up like in a few scenes throughout the whole game, but no, he's in a lot of scenes.
Oh so yeah,
he's
like
a full character.
Yeah, he's like a main character.
And like I didn't expect that, because normally if I hear like what's it like, oh, the director has a friend who is normally known for like directing films and he's in this game, I would be like, oh, okay, like an Easter egg. It's like, no, he's like straight up has more lines than Yuri Lowenthal.
It's like, what do you get if you put Hideo Kojima in a room with Guillermo del Toro and you get like fucking Daryl from Left 4 Dead to hang out with them?
And you know, maybe if we get lucky, dude, wouldn't just imagining like Death Stranding 2. But it's just a backdoor pilot, or not a backdoor pilot, it's just like, yeah, it's Death Stranding 2, and you boot it up, and it's just like, it's way more Silent Hill than Death Stranding. It's like, haha, See, I got the studios to let me make another game, and this was the one I wanted to make for like 10 years.
Nice. I'd play it.
Dude, let him make the
Let him
dang
make a Silent Hill game. Look, man, there are two things that annoy me the most when it comes to Kojima. One is how, like, unsatisfying MGS5 is, and the other is how annoying it is that he didn't get to make fucking Silent Hills. Because
those are
I've
the
never
same-
played Silent Hill, and that probably would have been the first one that I'd ended up playing. Because I would have ended up playing that at some point. And
The
if
tragedy
there
is
had
that,
been
like,
enough
those
of
are
an
the
interest
same-
in the franchise, maybe they could have ported the games to other devices and maybe made them more modern and other people could play them. Make them for a new generation.
that's-
That would be so cool, but
that's part of
no.
the- Hey, Jack.
What?
Not too much. That's. I guess that's part of the tragedy is that that's the same. What that problem is one and the same. That if they had let like Kojima off the hook and been like, yeah, if you're not interested in making another Metal Gear Solid, like, there's got to be someone out there who has the directorial skills or whatever. It's just like
Yeah.
Guillermo del Toro, dude. Can you imagine if like before they got too into it or whatever, like early on in production, he was just like, yeah, you know what, Guillermo, you do this. What if you made Metal Gear Solid? And so like PT is like this new masterpiece, and then Metal Gear Solid 5 is like good, but in a very different way.
Yeah, man, that would have been.
You
Oh,
have
if
so many
only.
cutscenes. Well, it's just like Guillermo del Toro in an interview, and he's like, "Well, you see, I'm used to making movies, so it's got a lot of scenes,
Dude, that would make so much sense.
so many
You-
scenes. It's basically, yeah.
You compared Hunter from Bad Batch to Solid Snake and
You can't, like,
to
unsee
Big
it.
Boss, yeah, to like Big Boss, and like he specifically makes me think of Big Boss like from MGS3 specifically because he feels like he has kind of a weird jungle vibe. He's got like the bandana, and it looks like he has like war paint. I assumed that was just like war paint that he put on every day. But then Sid, I think, confirmed that it was a tattoo, or was it face? Someone called it a tattoo, and I was like, "Oh, that's a part of him." Okay,
It's actually on him.
it's
Oh.
actually on him. I thought it was war paint, but all right.
Camouflage is interesting. Would be really fun for like a Star Wars game because you'd have a lot of different biomes on different planets. Like, if
Yeah.
you go to like Felucia, your camouflage is like neon rave colors because of how bright the plants are there, which would be really cool.
Dude, that makes so much sense.
For those at home, open up a tab and look up Felucian Rancor, and you'll see what I mean. Like all the creatures there are camouflage, or the creatures there have camouflage, but it's like jungle bird camouflage, where they're like, oh, I'm gonna hide amongst like a bunch of really brightly colored plants.
That is neat.
Yeah, it's very cool. Hey, Nick, I think I'm being mocked.
You got to hand it to Maya. She's pretty sharp and pretty mad. She looks more sad than mad.
I'm Cody Hackins.
Well, Hackins, you're a dick.
And the world's next. Call me Kitty-O again, I'll cut you down where you stand, evildoer.
He can't get his
And my
sword
favorite
out.
thing about this animation is that that's how back scabbards actually work. They don't work. If anytime you see a functional back scabbard, it's because it uses like a sort of hook to hold the cross guard, and then uses like an extra short scabbard. So if
Right.
you have a full back scabbard, you can't draw from it.
I would love to have a character who had like a back scabbard that actually looked like that, so it made sense and was like justified.
Yeah. Oh, like the like ones that you see at the Renaissance Fair that you can.
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
draw.
like where it's the lower scabbard on
Yeah.
the hook because
And
like if it would have to be.
Someone pointed it out that because of how those back scabbards work, you'll never see a character with a back scabbard draw their sword on screen unless it's CGI. And they pointed out the big two examples were Hiro from Heroes, who wears the katana on his back, but then it always cuts away when he draws it. and of course Deadpool, who always has to draw them off screen because he physically cannot draw them. If even like when you have the actual prop, you can't draw them because your arms aren't long enough. You need a short scabbard or really, really long arms.
You need to be from the Long Arm clan from One Piece. That's not a joke, by the way. There's One Piece, there's literally a bunch of dudes who just have long arms, and yes, there are a bunch of dudes that have long legs as well, and they're the Long Leg Clan.
Not to be confused with guys who just have long arms because they're like all ape themed. That one like Monkey Island. You know what I'm talking about? They had like a salvage crew. And
Yeah,
it was, like,
yeah,
one
oh
of these,
yeah,
like, massive
Cricket, Mont
ships.
Blanc Cricket, and his like two sidekicks whose names I can't remember. They were the ones who helped
I
him get to
remember seeing
Skypiea.
that. It was before, yeah, it was before Skypiea, and I love how it's like, oh yeah, and we even have a sonar system where like a bunch of us like
Yeah.
we like shout into the ocean.
Yeah, they just
and
yell.
A bunch of us listen for echoes.
They just yell. They're like, ah!
Why not? It was completely bonkers.
Dude,
Like,
I
it's
fucking love
definitely
One
peak
Piece. What'd you say?
I read this. Go.
No, I fucking love One Piece. One Piece is great. Alright. The Steel Samurai. So you're a fan of the Steel Samurai?
How dare you utter that? How dare you utter that name, evildoer?
White.
What do you mean? I'm on the Steel Samurai side. Ha ha ha! You can't fool me.
You can't draw your sword.
Okay, well, what's the last line said by the innkeeper in episode 8? Easy. Take some fries with that. Not bad, kitty-o. Watch it.
What are they doing?
Trivia battle.
You know, I've kinda relate to Maya right now. I had weird trivia battles with people as a kid too.
Hey, you.
Say, you heard anything about the incident the other day?
You were here, weren't you?
Did you see anything?
He always... The Steel Samurai always wins! Always! Yeah, I saw him. I saw everything. What? Oh, sorry. No way am I telling you, losers.
That's just rude.
What? Wait. Let me go.
He's gone. Oh, that's your line.
He's gone. Oh, sorry. Huh? Something fell off the table when he bumped into it on his way out.
Bottle? Why was this sitting there, I wonder? Empty bottle found on a table in the employee area. The label reads sleeping pills. Oh, that's
Of
for Will
course.
Powers. He was sleeping. Anyway, fuck. I did not mean to skip over that. Don't know what he said.
He saw everything and said. Well, we know that. You know that. What's his name? Will. Yeah, we know that Will Powers was sleeping, and now we know why.
Yeah, because he
we
had
know
the
that-
sleeping pill.
That it sort of only leaves the is it like director or producer or whatever?
Yeah. The drain where the fanboy came in. He didn't waste any time coming in either. Talk about cause and effect. Keep an eye out. There might be another dude around here too. There's usually another guy hanging around him who calls himself Chum Chum.
What if we made a game that was kind of like Dead Space, but it was all about like proper barricading techniques. So you're just going around and like bolting things. It's like, oh, monsters, and you're just like, no, and you just like, you're like, oh, okay, I bolted this down.
That'd be neat.
You keep getting through the vents. Have you considered making the vents harder to open?
No.
What do we have man-sized air conditioning cell, or what is it? Yeah. What do we have like man-sized air conditioning vents anyway?
Yeah, that's weird.
Always afraid I'm gonna go through there and bump into some kind of Bruce Willis or whatever. Huh? Where's that old windbag?
Odd of her to leave her post.
Hey,
Oh,
go
sweet! We
blow
can.
this bubble. Nick, that was her. Stop, whippersnapper.
Yeah, sounds like she's chasing after that boy.
Natch. Naturally.
What does that mean?
Uh oh, she tripped.
Maya sure
Maya
looks
sure
happy.
looks
I
happy.
mean, oh sweet! Now we can grab that key.
Hey Nick, I have an extra pocket for keys. Now's our chance. Let's check out the guard station.
All right, good idea.
Oh, oh, oh. This is it, Nick. Trailer key.
The key to that trailer in Studio 2. Look at this key.
We'll be borrowing this, right, Nick?
Obviously. Trailer
It would be
keys.
funny if it was like keep or was it like keep or leave, and you click leave, and he's like, yeah, but I might need it.
No, I should grab that anyway. Hold on, I do want to talk to this guy for a minute.
There's more to talk about. Oh yeah, yeah. You're like, hey,
yeah.
you think someone poisoned you? Good call.
Excuse me. Thank you for showing me that, whatever it is. I wish I could think of some way I could help you. Sorry. Okay, really? That did nothing? Alright, well, that's very disappointing.
You ever feel extra sleepy?
You ever feel
this
like you're
morning.
just gonna fall asleep any moment?
You're ever so mad that you throw one dude at another dude?
It's one of my favorite memes. I'll beat a
You're so mad you
motherfucker
just
with
hit
another
with the-
motherfucker. Alright,
So I learned that the face like actor for Galen Marek Starkiller was also the voice of Deacon St. John, and then he showed up again in Callisto Protocol, and so he's using like this like in-game like tool thing called the grip. It's the GRP. And it's like, if I had a nickel for every time this actor was throwing people around with telekinesis, I'd have 2 nickels.
Are you playing Callisto Protocol? Or are you watching like a
No, I was
stream
watching
of
a
it?
playthrough.
Okay, that's what I thought.
From what I've seen so far, it's weird how a studio that ostensibly like knew how to make a really good game didn't quite put it Callisto together. Like I really like the concept so far. Um, the combat system seems unpolished, where it wasn't built to accommodate more than like one enemy at a time, which means it's just a little clumsy.
Callisto Protocol is a game that I'll probably grab at some point if it's on sale for like really cheap.
That reminds me, I will be playing probably a new game tonight after stream. Well, actually, probably be watching What We Do in the Shadows, and then maybe playing that.
Yeesh. I wonder if the key we borrowed from the guard station will work.
Wonder if my
It
pony
opened.
can fly.
Wonder if my pony can fly.
Better add in like a really distant like Pegasus in the background in like the sky.
Just whoop! Huh.
Hmm.
Screw
Hey, let's go,
gravity.
Nick. I want. Sorry, I had a. Ah. You ever talking in the middle of a sentence? You get like a floating dog hair like right in your mouth.
For me, it's usually a cat hair. I haven't had a dog in a while.
I mean, yeah. Okay. Well, you ever get an animal? You ever get an animal hair and then it just like cuts to like Sun Wang Shao and he's like no and he opens his mouth and like a bunch of feathers pop out.
She seems eager all of a sudden.
well, you first, Nick.
No. Ah, not that eager. You first. I gotta go in first. October 18th, studio tutorial.
No.
Hello.
Oh, I remember. I remember her now. I
Huh.
remember her very much now. I
Yeah.
remember how stylish she looked.
She's very stylish. I like her earrings. And like this
She's
butterfly
got one of
thing.
those things that a. Well, I was gonna say it reminds me. It's not a, cigarette holder. It's like a pipe. Pipette,
Yeah.
like a mini pipe.
Yeah. She looks like someone who would just be like you'd see her in like a less revealing or a more revealing shirt, and she'd just be like covered in tattoos.
Maybe I feel. I was gonna say, uh, it feels like. Stop me if I'm wrong here, but why do I get the feeling? Why do I get the feeling that you just got back from like the Renaissance Fair? Like you were like, ah, yes, it's my fortune telling outfit.
You're like, yo, check it out. I'm a psychic or
Like, it's a
whatever.
specific style. I respect it, but
It's a good
my cultural
style.
touchstone is fortune teller, and I apologize.
uh,
Wouldn't it be funny if they smelled it before they opened it? Like they opened the door before they even see her. They're like,
they're
it's
like,
like
why
ash
does it
in
smell
here.
like
Like,
weed
yeah,
in here?
it's weed. It'd be way funnier if it was weed.
It would.
She's just been hotboxing this cabin.
She's just fucking high all the time.
I had a joke like that where I know it's like very thematic and probably means things that whenever there's a BT nearby or whenever someone uses like chiral powers that their eyes water, but it's like a dramatic eye watering where it's like, two manly tears or whatever. But it would be way funnier if it's like if if like Fragile is like whenever she teleports, it's just like Fragile, can you come pick me up? Sure. And she like poofs in and her eyes are like really red. she's like she's like, yeah, no, that's just what happens. I really messes with my otherwise I teleport more often, but it just makes me kind of stuffy.
Are you the one who who pointed out like, does chiralium have a smell? Like, what if you were covered in chiralium, used Fragile Express, and she was like,
Oh no,
wow,
no,
you,
I was saying that like I was thinking about how if there's already a thing where character like there's a chance of random cutscenes, like sometimes there's a small chance that if you zoom in like what is it like when you zoom in on Sam from various angles, he does like a thumbs up or a thumbs down or whatever.
oh yeah,
um but sometimes other stuff happens and he has like those sort of daymares or whatever.
yeah.
Well, one time I one time I was like, wait a minute, I can look down. Yo, where are your shoes, my man? Or where are your socks? Because he wears, if he doesn't have his shoes on, he has socks. But when he's in his bunk, he's just barefoot. And it
Yeah.
didn't zoom in. And then like this like swamp creature pops up, and then he's like, and he wakes up, and I'm like, oh, all
Well,
right.
that was
And I
fucking
thought that
random.
was, I thought that would happen a lot more often, but no. Most of the time, if you zoom in on his feet, he just kind of taps them like he's got a rhythm.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna be like, hey, stop looking at my toes. But no, apparently there's a. I need to look this up again, but supposedly there's a like a funny cutscene that happens if you teleport too often, where gets mad at you,
Oh
which I think
yeah,
is pretty funny. And it hasn't happened because normally it's like if I go somewhere, I'm going somewhere to do something. But
yeah.
I was thinking, yeah, what happens if like how what's the maximum like dirtiness you can be where you've lost a lot of blood and been hit by BTs and like narrowly managed to survive. And if you're all like covered in tar or whatever, they should make it that if you call up Fragile, that it plays a different cutscene where she's like, hey Sam, oh no, what happened?" Like like she's really like weirded out.
She's like, look, dude, I'll teleport you, but you have to shower first. You are in a safe house? Why is that not the first thing you've done?
Bro, you smell like fresh road. I love Lou Jack and I just coming up with like what is BT tar smell like? It's like, oh, you smell like a repainted roof. Like fresh road. You smell like the ocean, but like low tide.
Yeah. Uh,
Oh man. I got to that part, as a side note, I got to the part in the game where they mentioned there's like cave paintings where Neanderthals were painting like various like sea life, but they're like landlocked ones that probably wouldn't have seen ocean life. That it implies that there was a Death Stranding in the past, or that they had a connect. Well, I think it's more reasonable that instead of a full on Death Stranding, that at least one of them had a connection to like the beach. And I was like, that's super cool. I love stuff like that. I love stuff like that where there's like cave paintings that were lore specific because like it exists in the setting.
yeah. It's
Kind of
pretty
like
cool.
the Godzilla MonsterVerse where they made a bunch of like cave paintings and stuff showing the various like kaiju, how like sort of in a primeval time in the earliest memories of humanity that humans used to interact with the kaiju and then like stopped.
Huh. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
neat
I love
shit.
that stuff. It's almost like Lovecraftian in a way.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I read Eek.
Did you? Uh,
Someone's in here. You don't say.
yeah, really?
Yeah, I should probably read from this. Names. Our our names. You wish to know the moniker of my personage?
The title of my personage?
Our names. We're WP's lawyers, and and who might you? D. Vasquez, the producer.
D. Vasquez. She's quite beautiful. Yeah, she's pretty. She's pretty pretty. She's pretty. She's a pretty lady. Uh.
Examine. Scoot over. I want to see these cool movie
Oh
posters.
yeah. Hey, hold on a minute. I'm just gonna look at these real quick. An old movie poster. Dynamite Samurai starring Jackhammer. I guess Mr. Hammer used to be quite the star. Samurai Summer starring Jackhammer. This poster's quite old.
Wow, it's been years since I saw that show. What was the thing where it was in like Owl House and it was Ida and she had like a VHS or something of like what was kind of a Dragon Ball Z pastiche
Yeah.
and someone's like, "Oh, that's ancient," and she's like, "What? I remember seeing it in theaters."
Yeah. Uh, yeah, because they
Uh,
have had movies in theaters recently. Broly was in theaters, and I think they had like a. Wasn't there a recent one that I probably need to watch? Yeah, man. There's just Dragon Ball's great.
it was one of those typical summer romance stories, but it was great.
Typical summer romance with a samurai on a horse.
That's what Ghost of Tsushima should have been.
It's a party of three, just you and me and a psychotic samurai killer, every girl's dream.
Huh?
Yo, man, that's Ninja. That's Ninja Six Party of Three. Except it was a
Oh.
ninja.
Oh, okay.
You don't remember that?
It's a party of three.
Yeah.
It's every girl's dream. You and me and a ninja with a master's degree.
Yeah. Uh,
Or sorry, no, I think he actually has a PhD, but I'm
oh
pretty
yeah,
sure you
yeah.
get your master's too, so that's not mutually exclusive.
Look, Taylor, he's been very upfront and in your face about how he has a PhD.
It is really funny in a cosmic sort of sense that Ninja Brian, the band member of Ninja Sex Party, is also like a cut on the cutting edge of theoretical physics, if I recall
Yeah,
correctly.
that's man, that's great.
I I hope I hope if he makes another thesis, he gets to sign it as Ninja Brian.
Me too. That would be great. I want him to get to that level of fame where like his real name doesn't matter anymore. You know, like what Gabriel Iglesias was talking about in one of his specials. He had a whole bit where he was like, "Yeah, I was invited to this gathering or whatever, and they were all calling me Fluffy," and I'm like, "Wow, I finally got to that level of popularity where like my real name just it does not matter anymore."
Which is funny because like he's also like lost a lot of weight throughout his career, so
He has.
he's not like fluffy anymore, but that is his like his moniker
It is
thing.
his stage name, so he'll. Uh,
He's gone from fluffy to was it fluffy to healthy and maybe healthy to big or whatever his thing was.
oh yeah, it was like thin, fat, fluffy. No,
Big,
it was
healthy, husky,
thin.
fluffy, and damn.
It was yeah, something like that. Damn. Uh, another old movie poster, The Singing Samurai starring Jackhammer. What the hell do samurai sing about? Chopping off heads?
Oh my god. That movie was the best. It's about a samurai who sings his way to fame and fortune.
What?
Mr. Hammer was a very accomplished singer, you know. Ah, he was taken from us too soon.
He really was. Singing samurai stars. What's next, Ninja Ballet? You know what?
Ah,
I'm
so
into
you've
this
heard of Ninja
idea.
Ballet.
What's that?
Ah, so you've heard of Ninja Ballet?
Ah, so we've heard of Ninja Ballet. You know what?
Ninja
I'm into this
Samurai.
idea. I would watch something like
Go
this.
over the whiteboard. I want to read more.
Can I? Ah, I can't. I can't see the posters. That's dumb.
Speaking of Death Stranding, I see we have a giant bottle of Monster Energy at the bottom right there.
Yo, fucking jackhammer at a bar getting hammered. Like I guess you could say that hammer got hammered.
No. No.
Editor, add like make like a drawing of just
Editor,
like
add in some
jackhammer at a
boo in
bar.
there.
What's that?
Editor, give us Jackhammer, then poorly edited, like behind like a bar with like PNG with transparency,
He's got like
and
Crow
then
from
and then
Ruby
just
sitting next to him. He's just like, "Sup, bro?"
then then just give us like a crowd boo. Boo. uh, your line.
It looks like they were just designing a set to use for the Steel Samurai show. They've got some figures for how much the set costs. I can't believe they spend that much money on those sets. Chairs. This is where they had that meeting. There are documents and paper
Alright.
cups scattered around.
Alright, that's 5 chairs.
Okay, that's all fun. That's all
3
five chairs.
spares.
Window. The glass is frosted. I can't see outside. This far into October, the dimming daylight makes it feel like winter's coming. Trash can. Nothing in here that could be a clue. Just some paper cups and crumpled documents. Phoenix, did you go through the trash? Please. I go through everyone's trash.
uh,
Uh,
some papers and what is it? Just some paper cups and crumpled documents. Oh, we got the entire script to Batgirl in here. Why did WB?
Damn you, WB!
I want to know how far into production they were before they scrapped it. Like, 'cause my brain hasn't been the same since I saw the like a behind the scenes interview, and it was like the cast members dressed as various characters, and the one in front of the camera, like mainly in front of the camera, was Squirrel Girl, and she had like a trained squirrel, like a real squirrel, on her shoulder. Like they hired a trained squirrel, but then
Dude,
they canceled that show, which is wild. Because like, can you imagine?
why? That would have
I
been
would
so
love.
cool.
I want to know the person. I want to know the person on the resume who is like, oh yeah, I was the trained like squirrel wrangler for a show about that was gonna have Squirrel Girl, but then it was canceled, so I was only on set for like a few weeks or whatever. Like, what the
Man,
heck?
imagine thinking that you're gonna get to train the squirrel to be in a movie, like or a show. Imagine being that guy, and then they're like, "Oh no, it's canceled." You're like, all that work with the squirrel." Well, I'm taking the squirrel home with me. I've bonded with the squirrel now. He's mine.
Right after like the producers shut it down, they're like, look, there's no way we're gonna make someone who talks to rodents like cool, whatever. And then they see Suicide Squad, and they're like, oh wait a minute,
Yeah, dude, the new Suicide Squad movie was quite entertaining. Rat was my favorite.
Rat
My brain
Rat
hasn't been
Girl,
the Rat Girl
Rat
because I
Girl,
can't remember what her actual name is, but I
Rat
remember
Catcher,
Ratcatcher. Yes, Ratcatcher was my favorite.
Raticles. I don't know.
Radicles. Dude, my brain hasn't been the same ever since I found out that Luke's son in the comic book Legends was actually named Ben, and that Han and Leia already had a son who became a Sith, and it was like had something to do with his little brother dying, and also he had a twin sister, and that's just
No,
a way cooler
bro,
setup. That's a way cooler
my
setup.
brain. There's no room to put more stuff in my brain, Lou Jag.
It
It's filling
breaks
out.
my brain because in the movie, Han's kid is named Ben. Why is his name Ben in the movies when
You
Ben is
know,
Luke's
I
son
just
in the comics?
I just realized that
It's
like
weird.
I just realized that it would have been way funnier if like Han had like a recessive gene. Travis, it would have been really funny if Han had a recessive gene
A recessive
that
dream.
a recessive dream. He had that recessive dream. He only has it every once in a while. I'll show you the Punnett square. Deep cut for my biology fans. Um, no, if he had like force sensitivity as a recessive gene, that would just show up every once in a while, and and it would be really funny if like the reason why Palpatine's plans for like galactic domination didn't succeed is that he had a bunch of like illegitimate children across the galaxy. He's like, oh dang it, I forgot it was Han Solo. There's an entire like Solo clan that's just that don't know each other exist, and they're just out there.
he's like he's like that fuck, what's the Mongolian guy who's like they say
Was it Attila the Hun?
no,
Genghis
not
Khan. No,
Attila.
sorry,
It
it was
was
Genghis Khan.
Genghis
Yeah,
Khan. Yeah, it's
Genghis Khan.
like how a whole population of people are definitely descended from Genghis Khan somehow.
Yeah, but more on like a smaller level where it would just be really funny if it's just like, oh yeah, you're, oh yeah, back to my plot of the what was it, Leia becoming like a force lich or whatever, and she's like, oh yeah, your dad, and Ben Solo's like, I didn't know I had siblings, and he's like, yeah, she's like, yeah, your dad kind of got around. You probably have like 7 to 12 siblings. They're just out there somewhere. You gotta use your. The only way to track them down though is to use one of these funky chain code things.
And this looks like a good place to end it. So, thank you all so much for watching our
You
Star Wars
see,
podcast.
Lujak, you can tell my lineage because of this chain code. Ah, yeah, that's really useful. It's good that we have that so you can verify who you are.
I could use this chain
Wait,
code to
aren't
verify.
wasn't your dad like? Wait, hold on. Your dad was Django Fett. Aren't there like literally like 7 million guys with that chain code? Yes, but not quite.
Yes, okay, but see, it works because because Boba
He's
Fett is like
unmodified.
60 at this time, and all the clones are definitely dead by that point because we know that they all
Unless,
age faster.
unless you unbottled a clone at just the
Uh,
right time.
Dude, I would love if they just unbottled
We'll
some
get to
Jango
that.
Fett
Everyone, if
clones.
anyone's in the lurking in the chat, next episode, hop in 8 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, no daylight savings time. We don't do that in Arizona.
That's not a thing
Um,
here. We don't do that
hop
here.
in and be like, hop in and be like, yo, tell me more about this bottled clone idea because it's pretty great and
uh,
basically you can just have clones anywhere. So yeah,
yeah,
I've been
yeah.
Taylor,
I've been Lujak,
and we're the People Orange. This has been Phoenix Wright, and I'm
and
reminding you to take care.
stay awesome
Bottle your clones.
and clone your wars.
Bye.
But oh, I should save before I forget. Okay, bye.
Bye.